And here we go, guys. Welcome on the inside. First things first, guys, we're going to cover news like we're going to do every day, a little bit here and there. Yesterday, we covered Ripple. Today, we are covering BlackRock. The world's largest asset manager is exploring cryptocurrencies, guys. Everything you read on these websites and every news break that you see, take with a grain of salt, guys. Um, Anything positive that people see in the crypto world, these guys are going to jump on it and they're going to start buying, buying, buying because they think, oh my God, the $7 billion that BlackRock has is going to flood the markets. So everybody's buying, buying, buying. The market spikes. Bitcoin's up 10%, spikes over $1,000 overnight. And then you see articles like this all over the web. BlackRock CEO says our clients have zero interest in cryptocurrencies. So, what do you believe? What's really going to happen? Let's let it play itself out, guys. But as a result, what happened to Bitcoin? We had a $790 spike, which is a huge spike in the market. But also, guys, as we spoke about before, the neckline has been broken. I said 68.50 was that region to watch after 66.50. I said there's going to be some nice upside simply because we're resting above the MA. If we were to stay above the MA, we're going to see some huge upside, and that's what happened. But let's break it down from the top. First, I want to go over Ripple. Guys, we called out Ripple yesterday after some news articles and after just some basic technical analysis that we could see a nice spike in Ripple. We called that right around here at 47 cents. Ripple got all the way to 52 cents, guys. That is a huge jump in Ripple. Huge jump in XRP. Okay, so let's get to the point here. Bitcoin, monthly chart. As we saw, we came down, spiked right back up, but look what we touched. We touched the MA. Okay, so we're still squeezed between the MAs. We had a big down month. Now it looks like we got a big up month. Remember, guys, this is the monthly candle. We are only halfway through this month. So a lot can happen. This means nothing, but it does mean that, hey, we bottomed out here on the MA, came up to touch the top of the MA, and if you also look here, we spoke about coming up and tapping, this area here on this wedge to see what could happen. We also talked about, this is the daily, guys, on the weekly, we talked about the possibility of touching this wedge here and coming up to touch the MA on the weekly, which is pinpoint what it did, touch the 18 MA on the weekly. Now, if we get down to the daily, we can see a nice spike up to this consolidation zone. This area here is a lot of resistance and support, So we've had that mark for quite some time, and look, we pinpoint touched it. I said we could possibly get up to 7,800 to touch this MA. I can definitely see that happening. If we get up here and we touch this, let's see what happens from there. Let's go see what Bitcoin's doing right now. After a big break like this, you're going to see a big retest. I'm not going to say it's going to come down and test the neckline, but that is really the rule. If it breaks out of the neckline, the rule for taking this trade is to come back, touch the neckline, and then take your trade here to go off to the next level. What happens on the left, assumingly, is going to happen on the right. So guys, look at the major upside there. You see what could be going on here. If it comes up just like this, topped out, and acts like it did to the left, we're going to get that nice retest. We want to see a retest in this area of 6,800 because this is the area that was just broken, and you can see how long it took to get through. It took weeks and weeks of trying to get through this area to break it. Now we've broken. Let's get that retest. Let's see if we can get some bullish momentum. I'm not bullish until we pass 8,000. Once we get beyond that area, guys, it's a free-for-all. We're looking to go into the moon. I like saying that because everybody gets a kick out of it, but we're looking at some serious bullish action after this just crazy cold winter that we've had in the crypto markets. So guys, we're looking at an area here. We're looking for it to retest. We're looking for it to blast off. Crypto does what it wants. We could have enough buyers and enough volume to just keep this thing going. But, we are in an oversold area. We are looking for a nice retest. What happens on the left, assumably happens on the right. The rules of this head and shoulder, guys, we call this head and shoulder out after the first breakout right here. Once this breakout happened, and this was a trade that we called, we won this trade all the way down, but we also called it this head and shoulder could possibly play out. We were looking for some more downside. 90% of traders were looking for more downside, but we had this spike in price. Some news came out, some buyers came out, some volume came in, and it decided to break this downward trend line and continue to go up. The head and shoulder played out perfectly. Let's see if we can get this entry here. You guys know I'm a huge fan of sell stops. Excuse me, I'm a huge fan of stop trades. Buy stops, sell stops. I've been looking at this area ever since we started going up. 66.50 wasn't an area that I was able to get in at, so I knew we would have a huge spike. Didn't expect 800 bucks, but I knew we'd have a huge spike to get through this area. It's not going to be just a little pop up and a little pop down. I mean, we've tried to get through here for weeks, so it was going to be a huge spike in volume. I would put my sell stop. I put my buy stop here. I'm technically in profit, even though, to let you guys know, I've already closed my trade. There's no point in keeping it open. I'm expecting this to retest. This is the region I want to buy in. This is the real safe buy that I'll call out for you guys, that I want you guys to get in on. But that buy stop, I'm just a big buy sell stop guy. I don't do limits. I don't like bouncing off and catching that knife. I like to go through price, blast through it. I like to put them around the MAs and around resistance. That way I can just walk away, look at my phone 10 hours later and say, wow, I'm very nicely in profit. So guys, this head and shoulder is playing out very nicely. The analysis right now is to wait for this head and shoulder to play out, come down. Well, let's get rid of all this stuff now. We don't need it anymore. Let this head and shoulder play out, get into this area right here, retest, and blast off. So look for the retest. Look for this candle to finalize over the next hour or so. You know what time it is right now. And then when it happens, look for a nice little retrace. This is going to be a nice retrace if it makes it all the way down, which it might not happen. But when we see that floor being found, even if that floor doesn't come down here, let's say that floor ends here. Maybe this is our new floor. If we start seeing where we found support and we found areas to buy, then that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to buy, but we're going to let the market show us where it wants to go. So we're going to let it show us that it doesn't want to get past here. It keeps trying. Wicks keep forming. There's a lot of wicks down here, a lot of body color up here. And then we get that one candle that shoots up, like an engulfing candle, like one candle that's bigger than the ones to the left of it. So if we get like a down flag here like this, a little something like this, like I just drew in the other picture, and then we get a bunch of wicks down here, and then we get that one candle. Doesn't have to be huge, but one candle that does that. Okay? We're going to look to buy, and we're going to look to stay in. But guys, what we're really looking for in particular situations like this is alt season. Is alt season here? Are we going to make the huge profits? Bitcoin determines the market. Bitcoin's what we're going to master. Bitcoin's what we're going to follow. And Bitcoin's what's going to help us really profit when alt season comes, guys. Let's get it.